Hi there, it's Kute here. I often get asked, how does one turn their dream into reality? What is the thing that stops people from truly manifesting their potential, manifesting their vision in the world? So many of you have visions, have dreams, have ideas, have books, have concepts, have concerts, have artistic expressions, have businesses, have a contribution that you want to make in the world in some way. And what's sad is many of us never truly rise to live that potential fully in our lives. We buy into what society believes we can do. We buy into the limitations imposed upon us. But if you are to take your vision, take your heartfelt dream, and by the way, I believe that your dream has chosen you for a reason, because you are the perfect person with your life experience, with your entire history and story and wounds and successes. You are the perfect person in human form, the perfect person able to manifest and hold the space for the fruition of that vision to be made manifest on this planet now. So your dream has chosen you for a reason. To me, that's the bottom line. But one of the things that stops people from manifesting their dreams is a killer thing. It's not even as real as you might think. What is it? One of the things that you will have to face when you have a vision, when you have a dream. Gandhi faced it, Martin Luther King faced it, JFK faced it. If you have a vision or a dream, or you're up to something big in life, you will have to overcome, you will have to look this demon, you will have to look this in the eye, embrace it fully and walk right through. Otherwise, you will never reach your full potential. You must face fear. You must face your fear. You see, when you have a vision or you're up to something big in life, life will throw you all sorts of obstacles. Life will throw you all sorts of challenges. Life will throw you all sorts of situations and people, not to necessarily deter you, but ultimately to two things: to test you, to see if you are truly committed to fulfilling that vision. Life will test you, challenge you to see if you truly are willing to commit yourself, if you're truly willing to persevere, if you truly want and what you say you are committed to. And if you're not, likely you will give up on that vision, and that will probably tell you that that vision wasn't the highest, most authentic expression that was seeking to occur. The challenges of life will help you clarify what your authentic vision really is, because it's the authentic vision that you have, that no matter what goes on in life, you will not give up. Because your soul, beyond your mind, what your mind wants, what your ego wants, it's your soul that will be guiding you. And even when the obstacles and the challenges and the trials and tribulations and the setback comes, your soul will pull you forward and you won't be able to give up. So if you have a vision and you have been rejected and you have been beaten down and you've been thrown out and it's failed, but somehow you are still compelled to go for that vision beyond your own human understanding, I say that vision is arising from a deeper part of you. That vision is something that is seeking to express through you in spite of yourself. It is life that's seeking to express through you. And at that point, all you can do is truly surrender. But many times we have a vision and we let our fear get in the way. And we have this illusion, a misconception that, when I get rid of my fear, then I'm going to take the action. When we feel a calling to go in a certain direction, to take a journey, to build a business, to go into a relationship, to move from where we're at, we feel a calling, but inevitably, anytime you are about to step outside of your comfort zone, anytime you are about to step outside of the zone of who you know yourself to be, you will face what is termed fear. What is termed fear? You see, fear to me isn't bad. It's just an energy that's moving through. We put labels on it, and those labels limit us. I say there's actually nothing to be afraid of. We don't even have to be afraid of our fear. Many people have become afraid of their fear, and fear in and of itself isn't that real. There is natural fear. If you get chased by a tiger, if you see a tiger, just running in the mall, or if you see a tiger running on Venice Beach or wherever you live down your high street, then I would suggest it's healthy to feel some fear and you run. Like you run, I mean, you're not going to outrun a tiger, but you know what I'm saying, climb a tree, run, do something rather than just sit there and go, oh, I'm being helpless. Like sometimes the fear can be a healthy thing to feel because it's a signal that can move you into action. That's a natural fear. But many times, when we're faced with a vision or stepping outside of who we know ourselves to be, outside of our comfort zone, many of us, you might feel fear when there's actually nothing to feel afraid about. Have you ever felt that where you're going for a vision and there's all these things to do and you're feeling overwhelmed and you think, oh my God, how am I going to do that? And how am I going to achieve that? And how am I going to attain that? And all this fear arises. Can I do it? Am I worthy? Is it possible? What if I fail? Will it work out? What if it doesn't work out? And the mind starts going. And fear is often termed F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real, where the mind is creating a false illusion about the future, about the past, about what could be, about what might not be, and that is inhibiting you in the moment, and you end up locked up inside of a prison of fear. What if fear was not as real as you had believed it to be? What if fear in of itself at that level was actually an illusion? If you're up to something big in life and you feel a vision, you will have to come face to face with your fear. And many times what I've seen people do is when they're faced with having to be vulnerable, because it's vulnerable to go after your vision. It's vulnerable to put yourself on the line, and write a book and share your heart and give a seminar or launch a business or ask someone on a date or whatever it might be. It's a vulnerable thing to take a risk, to let go of who you've been and step into the highest version of yourself, because you're stepping into the unknown. Many times, at least you know who you were back here, and even though it's kind of miserable, at least you know who it was. It's a safe zone. Your visions, your dreams are not achieved in a safe zone. You cannot be reasonable if you want to reach your full potential and have an impact on the planet, an impact on the world. All great change was not achieved by men or women that dared to be reasonable. All great change, revolutions, were achieved by men and women that had a vision and were crazy enough. They were crazy enough to not listen to the naysayers. They were crazy enough to not let their fear stop them from committing. Most of the time, I have seen people that don't truly achieve their visions, their dreams, their heartfelt desires, are often waiting for life to give them a handout, often waiting for life to rearrange itself, and then they'll go do it. They're waiting for life. What if life was waiting for you? What if all the abundance, the money, the prosperity, the resources was actually already there? And that's why you're feeling the calling to move in a direction, take a journey, go in a certain new direction, move your location, start a new business, create a song, go into a new career. What if the reason you felt that impulse was because the resources were actually simply already there waiting for you to say yes? There comes a point where you can no longer simply wait for life. When you feel the authentic calling, you must say yes. You must say yes and trust that you have been given that vision for a reason. It's your yes, which is a commitment. It's when you commit that the universe unfolds. It's when you commit that the universe unfolds. Are you ready to commit to your vision? You don't have to get rid of your so-called fear that is not so real. You don't have to get rid of your fear before you take action. What's required is that you feel the authentic calling and that you take action. So what in your life do you need to take action on right now? Because once you take that one step, What you need when you need it will be revealed to you when you take that one step. Most people I have seen that don't achieve their dreams truly end up living lives of mediocrity, and to feel the pain of that, never truly take that one step. Take that one step. What's that one step that you get to take today and to commit? It's not always easy. But if it was easy, if your dreams, if your visions were just easy, then everybody would be Oprah. Everybody would be creating Googles of the world and Nikes of the world and Whole Foods and huge companies and visions and be singers and be Bob Marleys and Bruce Lees, and everybody would be doing it. But it takes your willingness to commit and to be a little crazy. To be crazy, it takes a commitment to decide that you will not just live a normal life of TikTok existence, that the masses we've been conditioned to living by the media. Because if we can be conditioned to living just a regular TikTok existence of survival, then we can be controlled. And there's no real revolution that happens in the heart of humanity that is seeking to happen right now. So feel the fear you have. If you're about to stretch outside of your comfort zone, you will feel some fear. Just like if you're about to jump out of an airplane, you're going to feel like something happening, like, wow. So I say, if you're feeling some fear when you're considering the next step of your evolution, the next step of your dream, it's not a bad thing. If you're always comfortable in your life, everything's cool, you know what's going to happen, you know what's not going to happen, you have everything under control, it's just chill, never flustered, then I would say that maybe you might want to reconsider your approach, because life is wild. Each moment is a surprise. Life is unpredictable. That we are not here to just simply be neat and nice. We are here to get messy in life. Dive in. This is your moment. You've been given your dream for a reason. And just know that once you commit to your dream, your vision, your dream, a whole host of challenges and obstacles may come, but that simply causes you to tap deep into the inner resources within yourself, to expand yourself, to build your mental, emotional, and soul muscle so that you can find out the true power that has been inside of you all along. Your dream, your vision, once you say yes, despite the fear, will take you on a journey that will cause you as a human being, as a soul, to grow into the highest expression of who you really are. Go along for the ride. Whatever your vision is, whatever your dream is, whatever your calling is, I invite you to say yes. And for those of you that may know, have heard about my Boundless Bliss Bali journey, one of the reasons I created the Boundless Bliss Bali journey was to assist visionaries and leaders in breaking through, moving through fear. It was to assist visionaries and leaders such as yourself that felt a calling to serve humanity, that felt a calling to make a difference in people's lives, that felt a deep desire to be of service on a bigger level, that felt a deep desire to impact the world on a huge level and share your gifts with humanity. This is one of the reasons I created the Boundless Bliss Bali journey. And for those that are interested, the Boundless Bliss Bali journey is an 11.5-day transformational experiential immersion seminar training without walls, where I take you and around 18 to 20 visionaries from around the world into the heart of Bali. And we catapult you through your limitations into living your true heart's destiny. So if you feel a calling to break through, if you feel your next level calling, I want to invite you to check out and explore in depth the Boundless Bliss Bali website and watch the video. You will know, you will feel a calling, you will know if the journey is for you or not. It's a truly amazing journey. And for those of you around the world, just know, feel the fear. Once you look your fear in the eyes, you will know that your fear is not as real as you may have thought at first. Look your fear in the eyes and do it anyway. Love now.